As Graz said, a lot of health questions in Dallas, and Lewis, none more so than Dak Prescott. What have you seen so far from the Cowboys star quarterback?
Yeah, Phil, I think, and the clips that we have seen of Dak performing this offseason when he's been out on the football field, actually executing football movements. Look, you see a noticeable limp as far as his ability to move outside the pocket, throw on the move, and be mobile within the pocket. And look, that concerns me a little bit, simply because of the fact that expectations are so high for this young man, so high. And look, I understand that comes with the territory when you're on the Dallas Cowboys, and in particular the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. But look, I just want to see him be able to protect himself, move around within the pocket, and be able to create those explosive plays down the field that we've become accustomed to. And until I see him moving with a more natural gait and not that pronounced limp, I'm going to have some concerns, because I think we all want to see Dak excel. We want to all see Dak play at the highest level like he was through the first month of the season in 2020. And we know that the Cowboys need him to play that way if they're going to meet what these lofty expectations are for them year after year after year in the run-up to the regular season.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of pressure on Dak, and it's not because of the contract. It's because the defense is so bad in Dallas. I mean, look, there might be improved under new defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. I'll talk about that in a second. But for this team to actually contend, the offense needs to be spectacular. If Dak is healthy, given all of the skill players they have, and if the offensive line is healthy as well, this could be a top 5 offense in the league. But it's not like Dak's coming back and joining Washington or New York, some of the teams with better defenses in this division, really throughout the NFL. He's coming back to a team where he's going to have to score 25, sometimes 30 points or more to win games. So there's a tremendous onus on him because of the personnel issues in that defense. Really at every level, I see holes, question marks. Dak's got his work cut out for him, and so does Dan Quinn.
Yeah, it definitely makes me scratch my head when the conversation surrounding Dallas always just centers in on the offense and centers in on the perimeter players, as if there aren't other positions on this football field or aren't other units, other phases of this football team that quite honestly are the ones we should be talking about. And Mina, you're exactly right. I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, you have a new defensive coordinator. They drafted 6 consecutive players on the defensive side of the ball in 2020, or rather in 2021, heading into this football season, that are being counted on, rookies that are being counted on to make marked, vast improvements on that side of the football. And I think those expectations are unreasonable, just like the expectations surrounding Dallas are unreasonable anyway. So I think that is where our focus needs to be all year long. It's where it will be all year long. I think Dak will handle his business, although I'm just concerned about that lower leg injury. That's what makes the football season that, quite honestly, is one of the most interesting that we've seen maybe in the past 10, 15 years for me, because of some of these types of newsworthy items that we're going to be discussing all year long.
Lewis, I mean, just looking at that depth chart that flashed, like Kelvin Joseph, who some people saw maybe as a bit of a reach when Dallas drafted him, he's earmarked starting opposite Diggs, who improved, granted, as the season went on last year, but he's the #1 cornerback in this group. I mean, there are just so many issues in that secondary. Micah Parsons, they took the best player available, I thought the best defensive player available in the draft, which is excellent, and I imagine he's going to be, ultimately the quarterback of this defense. He's a tremendous blitzer. He can bring pressure. But around him in that front 7 at defensive tackle, we saw that was such a challenge last year, other than DeMarcus Lawrence, who's the mainstay, the opposite edge rush. Like, I just don't have any solid answers as to who is going to do what on this defense.
At least for now, there are many more questions than answers defensively in Dallas.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.